Hi, Ladina. Good to meet you, and thank you very much for letting me connect with your beautiful animals.
Hello, Dagmar. Thank you very much for talking to my animals and me. I appreciate that.
So we've got Luna today and Taylor, and
Yes.
we can see a photo of Taylor. I've shared that at the moment, and so yeah, I spoke to her first because she was your first one that you had on the list. So let's start with her if you're good to go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Excellent. So when I connect with beautiful Taylor, she tells me that she is a beautiful girl. She comes across a bit like a mother. She's a very caring girl.
She is.
And even for others, you know, for you, like for humans as well as for animals. And she also tells me that she has calmed down a lot in her years.
Yes, she definitely has. Yes. She is more like that motherly now. Yes. And very calm and caring. Yeah.
Yeah. And she also tells me that she has slowed down a lot. And she tells me that she doesn't want to come as much anymore. But she also tells me that you worry about that. And she says that she's fine with it though, you know, as she gets older, she just slows down, but there's nothing to worry about for you.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So she just tells me, you know, when you go walking, even when you take your other dogs for a walk, that she's just a bit, you know, she always used to want to come, where now she tells me that she doesn't care as much. Sometimes she does want to come, sometimes she doesn't. But it doesn't mean that she is in pain or that there's a problem. It just means that she doesn't feel like it for the day, and that's totally fine. And if that happens, don't worry about it.
Oh, that's very good to know. Thank you.
And she also tells me health-wise, she's feeling quite okay still. She tells me that she's a bit stiff. I think she's an older dog. Is that right? How old is Taylor?
She's almost 15.
Wow. Yeah. So really for her age, she's actually feeling quite good. You know, when you tell me how old she is and the pain she shows me, there's a bit of stiffness there, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing hugely to worry about with her. And she knows as she gets older, you know, that there are little pains and aches, but she is not too concerned about it.
Okay, no, that's good to know, because it's hard to see when she, you know, she can't walk with her rear legs anymore. So it's hard to see when they're losing, you know, their strength and everything. So
yeah, but I find in general animals, they're a lot more understanding of their process of aging. You know, as humans, we're always, I can't do this anymore, and we worry about things. And animals, they just understand that, you know, they're just not as flexible anymore. They can't do as much anymore, but they're still happy with it. You know, they don't focus on it. They don't look at the negative sides of it.
That's good to know. Yes, I am glad that she's feeling that way. I'm okay with it too, with the process. It's hard sometimes, you know, to see when losing mobility. Yes.
Yeah, because we often look at them and we think, oh, they just look terrible. But, you know, even my animals say to me sometimes, look how you walk, you know, it's just how we are and how we walk, but we don't focus on it all the time. And especially animals don't.
Yeah, and that's what I find, like, you know, sometimes I limp too, and, you know, that's not a reason to put me down, right? So that's what I find with her. I mean, if I'm 90 and still walking, like, hallelujah, right? That's awesome. So
absolutely. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So let's go to your questions. What's your first question that you have for Taylor?
I was just wondering, kind of, what was her favorite memory with, you know, with us, for example, or just in general in her life?
So what she shows me, she shows me how you walk with her, and to me it looks like the forest, and it's a bit like hiking, and to me it nearly looks a bit like a Swiss forest. I think you're in Canada, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So for me, I guess the forest in Canada looks probably quite similar to the forest in Switzerland. And she shows me how there's logs and there's trees that have fallen over. And she just tells me hiking, so hiking in the forest. Is that something that you used to do with her?
We used to go camping quite a lot so in nature, and that's kind of what she did, a lot of hiking and running in there. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. And not in a really exciting way, and so it's not about running and physical things. It's really just exploring and seeing new areas, and that was just her favorite memory of the things that she used to do with you.
Oh, that's very nice.
Okay, what's your next question that you have for her?
I just want to know if she feels loved from us, if she feels home here and loved.
She tells me that she's been with you for quite a long time, so I would assume you've had her since a young age.
Yes.
Yeah. And she also tells me that she's very happy at her home. She tells me that she's a great companion for you, but also with the other animals, whether there was a bit of stuff going on in the earlier days, but now she's certainly a calm dog, and she just makes herself at home and comfortable, and she's happy how you treat her.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
And one thing she tells me though about her home is that she doesn't like it when her bed gets moved, because her bed is her safe place. And if it gets shifted to a different location, she doesn't like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And but she wants to talk about the exercise again, and about her just really let her do what she wants to. If she wants to come, if she wants to go outside, and that's fine. And if she doesn't want to, if she wants to stay at home, that's great as well. You know, just let her choose whatever she's comfortable, because some days she'll feel better, some days she just prefers to stay in the warmth, and that's okay.
Okay, that's good. Yes. And
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Perfect. No, that's very nice. Thank you.
Okay. What else did you want to know from her?
Kind of when her, time is up, if she will let me know, and if she, needs assistance, or if she thought about it and will go on her own, or just to kind of let me know
what's going to happen. As I said to you before, health-wise, she feels still quite good. So it's just mainly that she feels a bit stiff, especially as it gets cold. So keeping her warm is definitely important. And I think she sleeps inside in your house. Is that right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She's spoiled.
Yeah. Yes, and that's very good, because that keeps her body warm. Because if she would be sleeping outside on the cold, she would be struggling a lot more with her joints. But being in the house, that's just absolutely perfect. So if it gets a bit colder, then she can still be in the warmth, which helps her that her joints don't hurt too much.
That's good.
She also tells me though that she's got some lumps on her, which just seem to be a bit of fatty lumps on her body. Have you noticed them?
She has a couple of them, yes.
Yeah, but she tells me that they are just purely fatty lumps, and you don't have to worry about them. So she tells me that they're not, bad or cancerous or anything. It's really just some fat deposits that are there. Obviously, keep an eye on them, but they don't concern her at all.
Awesome. No, that's good to know. Thank you. That's very good.
And also about her, at this point, she doesn't feel like she wants to go. Again, she tells me because she sometimes doesn't want to come for a walk, or not as much, that you think, oh, is it now time for her to go? But as we get older, we don't want to exercise as much anymore. So that is not the reason to put her to sleep. She tells me that she will certainly know. She let you know when she's ready. She tells me that she will do things that are quite out of character for her. And she also tells me, obviously, to keep an eye on her eating. She tells me as long as she's eating, she's happy and she's fine. When she doesn't eat as much anymore, that is something to maybe do another communication to just find out whether that's something that, how have things changed for her.
Okay. No, that's good to know. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. And what else did you want to know from her?
Kind of, you know, which one she's the closest. Her
Whether
others,
yeah.
yeah, siblings.
As in you're talking about you and your partner?
No, the dogs or the cats.
Oh, okay. She is with other animals. She tells me that she's quite connected with them, but she also wants her space. And she shows me how she's lying closely to one of the cats. But she also sometimes wants to have her own space. So
Okay.
she chooses how she wants to be.
Yes.
And
Okay.
but she also told me before that she is a dog that likes cuddles as well, and she says that she gets a lot of love from you. And she also tells me that you do tell her all the time that you love her.
Yes, I do tell her all the time that I love her. Yes. Yeah.
But there is some guilt behind that from what she shows me, that she feels that you have to tell her that because she's getting old and you don't know how long she's around. And
no, I tell all of them that I love them.
She just she just doesn't want you to feel bad about that in any way, because there's no need.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Excellent. If you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, we can go over to speaking to Luna.
Yeah, no, I think that's it.
Excellent. Very good. Let me just find a quick photo of Luna. How old is Luna?
She will be 8. Will be 8, yeah, in a couple of months.
Okay. So beautiful Luna tells me that she comes across a bit like Garfield. So she's quite a funny cat. And
yes, she is.
She also comes across like quite a comfortable cat, where speaking to Phantom was quite active and was telling me about catching mice, where Luna tells me that she prefers to have her food served on a silver platter.
Okay, that's interesting. I would have said almost the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I guess on the day, yeah.
Well, maybe Phantom catches mice for Luna.
It could be. I always thought she's the more active one, catching, you know, all the things. But maybe Phantom thinks he does.
Yeah, because I really had that impression that Luna was quite, you know, feed me and laid back and enjoys, you know, being in the warmth of the house as well.
That she does. Like winter time, and so she is more inside than him, that's for sure. And with her, it needs to be the perfect weather for her to be. That's true.
Yes. Okay. Well, maybe that's,
I guess, yes, you can look at it this way. Yes, she likes to be comfortable. She likes to be inside. And then she is more, yes, I guess so. So yeah.
So in winter you would feed her more yourself because she wouldn't catch as many mice?
Yes. Well, I feed them equally summer and winter, but I guess yes.
In winter, in summer she would obviously eat more herself because she'd be out hunting as well.
She's a good hunter, yes, and that's sometimes a little bit of a problem.
I see, as in bringing animals inside.
We had birds inside, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, so Luna tells me, again, just connecting with her, that she's a friendly cat.
Yes,
but she also tells me she can let anyone know if they come too close. So she still has her boundaries, how close people are allowed to come, or even animals are allowed to come. So, and that can change from day to day, really just the mood that she is in at the moment.
That is totally correct, yes.
But I mean, in general, she is a friendly cat, but there's a lot on her terms. And if someone annoys her, then she'll certainly let me know. She just shows me how she sort of gives them a bit of a smack in the face.
She's the boss of the house. Let's put it
Oh,
that
really?
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yes.
Yes.
And she doesn't she shows me more how she's smacking the other animals, not so much you guys. She says with you she doesn't have to because you understand her boundaries a lot more.
Yes. No, it's the other animals, or strange cat or something that comes close. She will let them know. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But again, she's got a very loving side, and I can just see her being in the warmth, and that's really important for her. And also her family life. She, even though she's a cat, and sometimes she likes it, sometimes she doesn't. Her family life is actually very important for her.
I think so. She likes to be around us, and she likes to join us when I take, especially Taila, on a walk.
Yeah.
Or the others, she likes to come with us. Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So what would you like to know from Luna?
So one thing was I was curious is if she knows that she's actual sibling with Phantom, like they're real siblings.
Okay. Are they just the same age? They're from the same
They're
litter.
from the litter, yeah. And
okay.
she knows that they're real siblings. Yeah.
Well, she tells me that thinks she's the stronger one and the bigger one and the better one. So she says he's, on the side, he's her shadow, as in he's not as important as her. And
Okay.
she tells me that she has known him for a long time, but she doesn't really look at him as her brother.
Oh, okay.
As in, she knows that he's been there, but she says it doesn't go back as far as that. Were they always together?
No, we adopted her, and Fenty was not adopted at that time, and he came to us about a year later.
Oh, that makes sense. So there was a bit of a gap in them being together.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes perfectly sense, because as she said, she's known him for a long time, but there just seemed to be a bit of a gap there. So
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And what else did you want to know from
her? If she knows what happened to Gaia.
She says that Gaia disappeared quite suddenly.
Yes.
Is that another cat?
That was the other litter sister that we adopted first, and that's why Gaia disappeared. And then a year later we took Phantom in. Yes.
Okay. So Gaia and Luna actually came together to you, and then Gaia disappeared. Oh, okay.
Yes.
She shows me that Gaia smaller than her. She talks to her about her little sister again, pointing at a smaller cat, and also probably not as outgoing as Luna. And Luna feels that she was a bit responsible for her. She said that Gaia would often copy her.
Mm-hmm.
So they seem to have been quite close when they came to you first. And she also says that they were out together when Gaia didn't come home. So Luna came home, but Gaia didn't.
Yes, that's correct.
And is there a bit of forest and some water near you, like a creek or something like
that? Like swamps would be where we used to live. Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like a big forest as such. She just shows me a few trees.
Yes, it wasn't a big forest, but you're right.
Yes, and she's saying that they would often go there. There was some exciting things happening for them, and she's saying that's where Gaia disappeared.
Oh, okay.
So they must have gone over there, and then Luna came back, and she says that she couldn't find her.
Yeah, no, that makes full sense. Yeah.
And she's telling me that she was quite worried about her. So she tells me that she didn't eat that well when after Gaia had disappeared, and she was still hoping that she would come back. So she telling me that she was waiting for Gaia as much as you were waiting for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought so, because she always came with us on the walk and, you know, almost called her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
Well, it's really
That's
nice that she got back together with Phantom. So she's she's still with her family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else did you want to know from Luna?
Well, it's actually more a request for her.
Okay. Yeah.
That she kind of stays away from the neighbors, because they don't like her to come over and catch birds. So it's more a request that she stays in our big yard and in the green space across, that she's not going to the neighbor.
I see. She tells me that the neighbor's backyard is a paradise. She tells me there's a lot of trees.
Yes.
And she tells me that the birds are attracted by that backyard more than your own backyard. And
yes.
It nearly seems, do they feed the birds? Because she tells me that they are animal lovers as well.
They do love their birds, yes, and they do feed their birds, yes.
Okay, so that's why it makes sense that it is a paradise for Luna, because she knows that there will always be birds there because they're feeding there.
Yes.
So asking her if we can just hold her back. The problem is she tells me that it's not just about food, but it's the thrill, you know. She said it's like if you go skydiving or bungee jumping, you know, it's so exciting, and this thrill you get out of it, and that's what it is with her catching birds. So it's not just about giving her food, because it's not just about the food, but she suggests maybe doing some more playing with her, you know, like having a bird on a stick or a mouse on a stick, you know, just a soft toy, and playing with her more, so she doesn't have that urge as much to have that thrill. But it is in their genes, and it can be quite difficult to stop them from doing it. And because she knows that there's a lot more birds over in the other yards, that's why she goes there as well. So another option that she just shows me, you could maybe even hide her food somewhere in your own backyard. So when she goes wandering, she can find a bit of cat food here and a bit of cat food there. You know, you could even have dry cat food in different locations. So it's a bit of a thrill for her to actually go and find her food rather than having to kill her food, because for her, it's not about killing them, but it's about catching them.
Okay.
That's just that exciting
I'm going to the green space and hide some cat food.
Try it, or even in a tree, you know, put a little bowl there with some cat food. And also the other thing you also can do is when she goes out in the morning, for example, if you let her out, you open the door, you say, Luna, can you please stay in our backyard? And you can even tell her what you've done, that there's a little few treats around the backyard, and just remind her. And again, it might not stop them from doing it, but it's definitely a chance, something that you can try.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Yes.
Okay, anything else you want to know from Luna?
No, I think that's pretty much all the questions I had for her. That was a very big one.
Yes.
Because I love for her to go out, but I don't want to make my neighbors upset. And so.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see how you go with it all. Let me know, keep me updated. And if we need to have another chat with them, let me know. And especially with Talia as well, if you feel that, you know, she's getting closer, or you're not quite sure how she's feeling, then let me know. We can have another chat with her.
That sounds awesome. I really appreciate you talking to my animals and telling me about them. That was lots of fun.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.